Hi students, good evening. Welcome to Unacademy. Welcome to Let's Crack Civil Service with Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. This is Raghuram Gowda with you. This is a brief about me. I have been teaching UPSC aspirants for past 11 years. With the pen name of Buddha IAS, I have written many books. Recently, I have written books on ethics, integrity, and aptitude. One compelling all the second ARC recommendations and also the concepts which have come with respect to the ethics syllabus. One of the prime reason was that when I started writing the book, I realized that UPSC syllabus is based on second ARC report. So I have made an exclusive book where I have not even put a single word of mine. I have put the things of second ARC as it is, but I have arranged them. I have given a concrete shape, logical sequencing of things. This is the Telegram channel where I will be sharing notes of my classes and you can connect with me through this link. I ask you to subscribe for our Unacademy. You may ask me why, what are the things available? One of the thing is structured courses. We have got more than 15,000 structured courses. These structured courses are created by more than 100 top educators. Along with the structured courses, we have got live quizzes and tests where you can evaluate yourself. Some students have a doubt and feeling that this is online class, it won't be interactive, online is on. Like, no, it is as good as, in fact, better than offline classes because once you miss some classes, you may be like a direct interference, you may be hesitant. In my classes, which where I often see only like 5% of the students will be active. They will be active in all the classes because somehow there is a social pressure, something like that. They are hesitant to ask questions. They will be just keeping their doubt throughout somehow. Somehow the lecturer has to tell something and solve their doubt, or someone has to ask their doubts. Here we'll be having live sessions where you can overcome this disadvantage. Where by messaging, by chatting, you can get your doubts cleared. These 15,000 courses will be both live and also recorded, and for this, you will be having unlimited access. You can watch at the comfort of your device wherever you want. Isn't it appealing to you? Just think, not one, two, the top educators. Take a subject. If you take any subject, say for example, polity, you have got more than like 15 to 20 educators teaching the polity itself. Take geography, we'll be having like 15 educators, top educators, not those who have like excelled already. They will be teaching you. An academy is giving choice, choice of everything. Whether you take subscription, you have got 1 month, 2 month, 1 year, 2 year, choice of lecture, choice of language. So it is what you want and also what UPSC wants. So I strongly recommend you for the students who have a subscription. Like somehow the students are not convinced by these things. If you want to get convinced, first of all, the beginning of the subscription is downloading our app. First, okay, first download the app first. I I strongly believe after downloading the app, you will be tempted to subscribe. because there is a different word in our app where you will be having like one of the important thing like ranking of the educators. Educators will be ranked. Say I told you like 15,000 courses will be there. You might have be confused like what to read, what not to read. Based on the rating, you can go. Like teaching is a different thing. You may like different skills of a teacher. Other than that, in the app, you'll come to know trending courses, upcoming courses which are coming, already created courses. So, what I suggest is first you download the app. Downloading the app is the first step to realize the importance, the value that an academy is giving. Next, as I told, there are more than hundreds of teachers might have heard, and like if you are seriously preparing for civil service, definitely Runal Patel sir's name is invariably you might have heard. Roman Saini cleared UPSC exam and got IAS at a very young age. Aish Sangvi, Prakash, Sudarshan. These are all the gems. You can see all these teacher on a single roof only at an academy. We have got more than 15,000 courses where you name the subject history, geography, polity, environment, ecology, science and technology, comprehension, decision making, NCRT, mains answer writing, GS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ethics, integrity, and aptitude, interview guidance. All will be available. This will be available by just one subscription. At Unacademy, we have got primarily two kinds of subscriptions. One is Plus and another is Iconic. In both, you have got live classes, test series, unlimited practice, scheduled courses, all these things. But for Iconic, there will be a hand holding facility. A beginner will be confused because it is said that UPSC is one of the like toughest exam. The syllabus is defined and also it's a vast. You can't comprehend. You'll be having history, geography, polity, economy, environment, science, decision making, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, whatnot. Everything under the sun will be there. Again, UPSC questions are very unpredictable. So you will be directionless and also you will be confused in the beginning. So for that, Iconic subscription is very, very good. If you already have or if you don't want that, you can go for Plus subscription. With my promo code Buddha, you will be having getting 12 months, that is 1 year subscription just for 44,550 rupees. In case of Iconic, we don't have 1 month, 2 month. We have because it's like mentoring thing. You can't judge a mentor or it cannot be mentored for 1 day, 2 day. So it needs a minimum time because we have to assign a mentor to you. You and the mentor have to acclimatize, know each other. Then they will let you know the things, isn't it? That should the bond will be created. So we have got 1 year, 2 year, and 3 years. With my code Buddha IAS, 1 year subscription will be for 62,550 rupees. And 62,000 for 1 month, it will be 5,213 rupees. Isn't it tempting? You are getting a personal coach for the whole 1 month and also unlimited access to all our live recorded videos, quizzes, everything. You'll get all the benefits. So for beginners and those who are like still in graduation or thinking of writing next year, I strongly recommend Iconic subscription. Next, having realized the importance of optional subject, we have kept optional as a separate entity. where we will be teaching almost all the options specified in UPSC syllabus. With my promo code Buddha, for 12 months you will be charged only 24,750. So my dear students, I strongly recommend you to get a subscription. What are you waiting for? Things may change. If you want to be ahead, be first. Get the subscription and be a winner. Be with a winner, you will be a winner. So I told you, these are the things which you have to do and which we will be doing. If you want to get like good marks, first thing what you have to do is internalizing the footprints of UPSC. Saying that footprints very important. My dear students, if you can internalize the footprints, no one can stop you from getting the service. Syllabus, previous year questions, UPSC books. We'll be covering all these things. All these things I will be covering on YouTube, where the 8 chapters, 37 topics, 107 previous year questions, 45 case studies, all the ASC reports, NCRT books. I strongly say and give you a guarantee that I will be covering exclusively, and my classes will be one of the best classes. Covering all the topics and also all the previous year questions will be my responsibility. I feel that that is best because I am putting that hard work and effort. Okay, whether I teach or you want to prepare on your own, these are the footprints. Invariably, you have to master this. There is no other go. Especially the previous year questions. That especially the model question papers. The same pattern has repeated. UPSC's never repeats generally, but in case of ethics, it is there is a repetition. One of the simple logic, my dear friends. Here you have got only 37 topics. There'll be like generally say 15 questions. Definitely 50% of the topics have to be covered. And in reality, since 2013, only 50% of the syllabus has been covered in the questions. Another 50% they have not even touched. Then you can imagine the repetition. My dear friends, as I said before, model question papers. In this model question papers, two questions have directly come already. Like out of three questions, already two questions have directly come. And the case study, the one sexual harassment at workplace, the same variant has been asked four times, my dear friends. Out of 45 case studies we have, including model paper, just imagine four case studies are from that. In fact, most of the questions are based on that. If you don't read all these questions, not a problem. Model question papers you internalize. Get your mindset, tune your mindset for that. Having said that, first and foremost, like this will be what we will be doing. One of the thing is first, very important, the meaning of our syllabus. As I have told in my last class, in your whole syllabus, there are only three concepts in fact. One is like aptitude, this is inborn, genetic, this is different. The another is ethics, this is the one which is repeated 10 times. No other topic in your syllabus is repeated so much. Ethics is a standard which cannot be like measured. If you follow ethics, it leads to integrity, that is the thing. And in the preamble, they say that they test your attitude in areas of integrity and property. What is that? So you should know the meaning of ethics, integrity, and aptitude before you know and analyze and internalize and correlate the preamble and the syllabus and the title. Next, if you have good comprehension, good writing skills, and if you do all these things, definitely you can aim for 167. Like as for my knowledge, like more than 30 to 40 students, like as per my knowledge, 30 to 40 students have got more than 160 marks in 2019. It is possible. It is a very high yielding thing. Please take care of these things and internalize the things what I say in the class. If you are attentive in my class and if you follow my notes, there is no need for you to go anywhere. Everything I will be providing. All the topics I will be covering. I think that I am best, but I will try my best. That is the assurance. Like there will be like I also admire and say admire many teachers, but my effort will be to see that the minimum what I have shown in the board will be there with you. Okay, as we have discussed in your whole syllabus, you have only three concepts that are ethics, ethics, aptitude, and integrity. Ethics, integrity, and aptitude. These are the major topics you have in the syllabus. Other things like these, why I have made them in same color is they are similar. And also, VEMA, values, ethics, morals, and attitude. They have got many things in common, but they are different. And integrity and probity, they are very, very closely related. Aptitude, little bit different. And emotional intelligence, only these things. These are applied to number one, society, number two, governance. This is it, my dear friends. This is the syllabus. And these things are tested with the help of case study and also theory. This is your syllabus. Go through the syllabus. There is nothing more than that. In society, like very, very important, you have to apply these things. You have to apply ethics, integrity, and aptitude for three things, three different areas. One is private, another is public, and the third one is professional thing. In governance, you have got three different areas, public service or civil service, then you have got public administration, and you have got governance. Without knowing the meaning of public service or civil service, without understanding what is public administration, what is governance, what is good governance, what is ethical governance, difference between governance and good governance, you can't excel. In fact, in 2019 paper, even in the case studies, they asked about governance and public administration, how to develop ethical values, how to have a code of conduct. In case studies, they have given theory questions. For you, application of these concepts in governance includes everything, is one of the important thing. So, my dear students, you should also have a firm understanding of the above concepts. Simply reading the book cover to cover is not the solution. First of all, know what is civil service, what is public service, what is administration, what is public administration. You are a civil servant. So please tell me what is a civil service? Who are all called civil servants? Why you are preparing for IAS? What are the things you can do as a civil servant? What is public administration? What is the focus of public administration? What is bureaucracy? What is bureaucracy, my dear friends? I've asked this question directly. Bureaucratic mindset and democratic mindset. What is this? All big organizations, whether it's government or private, are run by bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is a concept, my dear students. Bureaucracy is a concept. You should know the exact meaning. To know, understand the meaning of bureaucracy, just imagine our police department. I'm giving this example because you're familiar with the organization. Is there anyone who is not aware of the how the police organization will be? No, you know this. So imagine that then you should be knowing the difference between government, governance, good governance, ethical governance. Just running behind the book, running behind the teaching institutions, not knowing the real meaning of these things. Two times UPSC has asked direct question. Public life. You understand by public life. Students are not able to answer this question because they don't know what is there in the thing. If they would have attended my classes, like which I, as I already explicitly say those things. Is this clear for you? First of all, we'll analyze and we will understand the concepts given. Three concepts from which emerges like 7 to 8 will understand and internalize these things in a whole broad way. Afterwards, we'll go in depth. For that, you have to understand the concept related to governance. We'll understand the concepts of governance also. All the things. We'll cover all the topics in the syllabus. Yesterday, we discussed that VEMA. VEMA, what is VEMA? Someone asked. And like one of you messaged me, like asking for which book to read. Like since I have written two books, like it won't be good for me to criticize any author or anything like that. So, in fact, I don't recommend any book. Like I have written two books, and my second edition is also coming. Even then, the only thing what you have to do is what I said in these 5 minutes. Get clarity over the concepts. Apply that to society. Apply that to private, public, and professional life. Apply that to civil service, public administration, and governance. That is it, my dear friends. And get well versed with ethics case studies. Go through previous year questions papers. Very important. I once again say you previous year questions are very important because this subject is not yet deciphered. Very difficult to decipher. You have got like psychology, sociology, philosophy, public administration. Like public administration is an optional subject. Civil service, governance. It is encompassing all the things. Like in market, they refer one particular book, but I won't even recommend that also because when it was released, it was very small book. It was released as like dictionary of terms. Things have changed. That book also has become bulky. The content is good, but it is not well organized. After reading that, you cannot answer all the questions. So, according to the syllabus, you go. Internet is one of the best source. Or above all, just listen to my class first. I'll be covering everything for you. You won't have any need to cover any. You won't be having need to refer any book if you listen to my classes. VEMA, values, ethics, and morals. Once again, like very important thing, students. As I have told you, students almost always confuse these things when they are reading. Since they often ask this, I am saying you ethics is equal to morality. Please don't have any doubt, especially when you are reading, because you won't get any literature where they have differentiated ethics and morality in all the places. This is clear. They can be used interchangeably. Values and ethics can be used almost interchangeably. Is this clear? Sometimes values and attitude are also used interchangeably, near in meaning. So whenever you in literature, whenever in any book you read, if you feel that something what you thought has values, they are telling has attitude. Something what you thought has ethics, they are telling has morals. Something what you thought has ethics, they are telling has values. Just don't confuse. In fact, this VEMA, the concept why I have taken this is there are many things common in that. Don't get confused. This is like this like it is very difficult To know that these things are same, you have to read many books. Okay. All VEMAs, that is values, ethics, morals, and attitude, are mental constructs. Mental constructs are the things which cannot be seen or observed directly, but they give to measurable phenomena. Constructs are the things, anything. Construct means those things which cannot be measured or observed. Mental construct means those which are there in mind. Mind is a manifestation of brain, so you cannot see or observe directly, but it gives rise to a measurable phenomena, that is behavior. By behavior, we will come to know all these things. Since your behavior cannot be like seen by UPSC, UPSC is saying that this paper will test your attitude. Attitude is a major determinant of your behavior. Your values, ethics, morals, attitude determine your behavior. They guide your choice, action, and behavior. But attitude is one which determine your behavior to a greater extent, which guide, regulate, and channelize your behavior to a greater extent. That is the reason in the preamble of the syllabus you have explicitly been given that this paper will test your attitude. Many of you will wonder why the paper is ethics, integrity, and aptitude, but they are saying that this will test attitude. Ethics is just standards. If you are following ethics, that is integrity. This ethics and integrity can be known by your behavior. Behavior we cannot, our examiner cannot in a written paper. So they are testing your attitude. Attitude means when your values, ethics are tied to an object. When you tie your values, patriotism, love, affection to any object, your behavior towards that object can be known. Your attitude towards secularism, your attitude towards women, your attitude towards the nation will be will uh, will be manifested in your behavior. Okay. Then we studied like this mental constructs regulate our actions, all these things, and also it makes the environment interaction with the environment easy, decision making process easy. It brings about individual social harmony. In this regard, we have already studied that how it brings about social harmony and how it simplifies the interaction with the environment. It gives relative preference to the objects, persons, or the things. By giving relative preference, it will be easy for you to arrange the things in a hierarchical order. When you arrange the things in a hierarchical order, you will get a priority list. When you have a priority list, whenever you encounter any decision making circumstance, you'll just pick up from that list, whichever suitable for in that context and that time. In this way, your interaction with the environment and environment's interaction with you becomes easy. There are many things like incest, infidelity, all these things which are very, very bad. These Vema tell you what is right, what is good, what society accepts, what society discourages. If these things were not there, there would have not been any uniformity. Then you may ask me a question. Are these Vema, are they static or dynamic? Are they static or dynamic? The answer is they are relatively permanent. Why they are relatively permanent? They are the source of identity. You as an individual, any institution, any organization for that matter, is known by the values it has. Infosys, you have got a different value. Reliance, you have got a different image because this is based on the values what they have known for the values. Amazon, if something I'm telling and I'm giving abstract things itself, it's a source of your identity. Say for example, foreigners, you have got a different mental thing. Like Adivasi, like they are known by their identity. An individual wearing a posh dress, he is exhibiting his values. They're the source of identity and for the development of values like democracy, liberty, equality, fraternity, love, affection. My dear friends, it has taken hundreds of years and sudden change brings imbalance. And also we always resist change. For these reasons, it is relatively permanent. Then you may ask me a question. I said that I said that they are relatively permanent. Then you may ask me how they are relatively permanent. The question will be, say for example, you are an individual, you are in a society. The environment is constantly changing. You are isn't it? Is the environment static? Is the environment static? No, it's always changing. Then you are interacting with the environment and environment is interacting with you. Then how can you say that they are relatively stable, relatively permanent? Because they are relatively stable, relatively permanent. One of the reason is under a given set of VEMA, say for example, some take whenever one value, say for example, patriotism. Patriotism is a value. Under a given value, there are different permissible behaviors. So, for example, with respect to patriotism, I may say that writing patriotic poems is showing patriotism. Other may say that no, dying for the nation is the only way of patriotism. Another may say that patriotism means following our fundamental rights and duties, respecting the women, our culture, our heritage, respecting our freedom fighters. For others, patriotism may be different thing, making our culture prosper, making our society prosper. So here, the value is same. Patriotism is same. It is manifested in different ways. Different people manifest in different things. So, though the values are same, they're manifested in different ways. Equality is always a value, equality. But what equality meant 200 years back and what equality now is different. Slavery was thought to be almost egalitarian. Women were not having rights to vote till recently. Just before some 100 years, they have got that. Not only in fact, India is one of the countries where women got voting rights too early. Even the most advanced societies or the places where they advocate lot of human rights, all these things like America, all these areas, women were not given. In fact, American Constitution was not having women representatives, or it was not having the representatives of like black Negroid community persons. They were not present. So equality, what then is different from what now. But equality is a concept. Equality is a value. Why I said is under a given set of values, there are many permissible ways of expressing. There are many permissible behaviors. Is this concept clear? Okay. Today we'll discuss in depth about whether our VEMA are absolute or relative. Whether VEMA are absolute or relative. What do you mean by absolute? What do you mean by relative? Next. One is in case of the philosophers or thinkers who say that values are absolute, they say that they say that truth is truth. It's absolute. There is nothing like truth means truth. There won't be like 50% truth, 30% truth, or there will be like something like half truth. No. Truth is truth, that is absolute, they say. In case of absoluteness of values or absoluteness of VEMA, they say that they are context and situation independent. Context and situation independent means, take the example of Sadhu and the dacoit, the most famous example which all might have heard. So there was a sadhu. Some person came running and he asked for refuge. Dakus were chasing him. Dakus came to the sadhu and they asked, "Have we given shelter to the person whom we are looking for?" In this regard, if sadhu says the right thing, the truth, he is known for telling truth. That yes, I have. Then that is absolute thing. If he says that no, then that is the right thing. That is truth. If based on the circumstance, based on the situation and the context, if the sadhu says, though he is known for telling truth, he says that no, I don't know, then that is relative. Means here, truth, good, bad, all these things are relatively seen in relativism. In absolute terms, truth is a truth. There is nothing like half truth, situational truth. In this situation, it will be truth, in the other situation, it will be not. No, that is not the case. Why? Why they say that your Vema, your Vema are absolute? Because they say this because in case of Vema, they exist or they don't. There won't be like 50% existence. Can there be? Take the example of truth again. Is are telling truth or you are telling lie? Is there anything in between that? Truth or lie? Is there any like 50-50 thing in the middle way which is like more of truth, less of lying? There is no midway. Is the concept clear? When we say that values are absolute, what we are saying is that it is independent of the situation or context. Why we say that it is independent of situation or context? Because there exists only good or bad. There is nothing like in between thing. Whether they exist or not. We'll discuss in depth. Like one of the reasons why we say that values are absolute is we are taught like that. We are inculcated, we are told by the society, we are told by the people, we are told by our teachers that value we have to follow, you have to be truthful always. Nobody told us that see, sometimes you have to be truthful and other times somehow you can. We'll discuss this in depth. But as of now, just internalize the concept. For that, just internalize the first two things which I have mentioned here. Truth is truth, absolute. It is context and situation independent. Is it clear? Next, relative. Some say that no, there is nothing like truth or truthful. There is nothing like good or bad. They're all relative. What is good for me may not be good for others. What is bad for me may not be bad for others. So here they say that these are all relative things. For them, those who say that they are relative, there is nothing like absolute things. They are situational, contextual. Take the famous example nowadays after the pandemic. Seeing Mahabharata has become a national hobby. You go anywhere. One of the best thing they have done is they have dubbed to local languages. So everywhere around India, everybody is seeing Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these things. Take the case of the Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir said, Ashwatthama, in a low voice, the elephant has died. Dronacharya was killed because of this. Mahabharata says, according to Mahabharata, this is a value. According to Mahabharata, that is truth. This is good. What is your opinion, students? Is this a half truth or it is truth? In the name of something good, can we do bad things? A benevolent thief. Are you with this benevolent thief? Or if you can give a colorful name like Robin Hood, what he does is he like he steals money from the rich and give to the needy poor. Is it correct? If you say that he is correct, you say that Weimar relative. If you say that no, that is wrong, then you are absolute. Then they say another example, killing. Killing is wrong, whatever may be the reason. But if you have killed to protect your life, protect your chastity, protect yourself, then it is right if they say. So here, your end is determining your whether your means are good or bad. Is this concept clear? Any doubt? Okay. I will still make the things concept very important here. This one. Just first two things you internalize to get the correct meaning. One is truth is truth and they are context independent in place of absolute. In case of relative, there is nothing like that. There is nothing like truth, good, bad, or anything like that. They are all relative things. They are dependent to situation. This is the thing. And also examples if you want, Sadhu and Dakai. Then, like I have given the most apt examples and often used examples. Let's see in detail this. People who say that values are relative, Weimar relative says that humans are at the center of creation of values. They say that humans are at the center of the creation of values. It is it is the humans who create the values. It is the humans. Humans are important. Humans are the things which we have to take into consideration. So they are the center of the creation of the value. Thus, with the change in person, time, and circumstances, there will be change in values. Isn't it appealing to you? Who created values? Can there be values without humans present? Humans are at the center of the creation of values. They are the creators of values. When humans are creating values, times are changing, circumstances are changing, people are changing, intentions are changing. In those situations, values also change. That is the relative thing. Say, take the example of Yudhishthir. Take the example of a girl killing a people who came to rape her. Don't you feel values depend on the circumstance? What is your opinion? The others say, no, that is not true. They are absolute. Can you answer me this question with respect to teleology and deontology? Teleology and deontology. Which is teleology, which is deontology? If you have gone through my previous videos, definitely you will answer this. Relative, absolute. Who is teleology? Who is deontology? Okay. Humans are the center, according to relativists, humans are at the center of the creation of values. So, changes with the things, values also change. They say that behavioral outcome in a particular situation will decide as to what extent a value held by a person is absolute or not. They're taking behavior into consideration. Like as I gave the example, Your Vema is manifested in your behavior. Values, ethics, morals, and attitudes, these are the things which will be manifested in your behavior. So the behavioral outcome of a particular situation will decide what this person has, whether he is taking the values absolutely or relatively. This is pure thinking or pure teleological thinking. Consequence. What is consequentialism? Consequentialism locates ethics in the consequences and it is not concerned with the means of attaining those things. If the consequences are good, then it is ethical, then it is good. If the consequences are bad, whatever may be the means you apply, it doesn't matter. A benevolent thief is benevolent thief, a person who is distributing money to poor, but he is a thief. He is applying a bad way. Thief, he is stealing. According to consequentialism, that thief is doing correct thing because outcomes are correct. Same is the case of relativism. When you say that values are relative, it is dependent on the outcome. It is dependent on the ends. If values are completely stable, individuals and social change will be impossible, isn't it? The only change, only permanent thing in this world, in this universe, is change. What if all your values, ethics, integrity, all these things are stable like a solid rock? Is there any possibility of progress? Is there any possibility of human evolution? If that would have been the case, we would have not evolved from ape to the people what we are now. If values are completely stable, individual and social change won't happen at all. This is the argument of relatives. And also, they say that here ends justify the means. Ends justify the means. You are applying some win and you are getting some end. So this end, whether it is good, bad, anything, this will justify the means. If the end is good, if the end is just, if the end is fair, then the means are right. A benevolent thief is a good one, according to this. Please think it over. Say, for example, a doctor tells truth on the face of the patient who is like severely ill and he has got cancer. What is your opinion? Say, for example, the patient has got cancer, telling directly on his face, you have got only 5 days left in your life. Please do whatever you want. Is this correct? What is your opinion? Will you Are you with the saying that this is the correct thing? If you are like that, then you are absolute. If you say that no, they have to say in a different way. Like, okay, cancer is a not curable disease. We know that. But we'll try to cure that. Don't worry. Or something like that. That is a relativistic approach. With respect to absolute reasoning, absolute has they exist or not. In absolute reasoning, they exist or not. There is truth or there is no truth. There is no midway. I have given the example. For example, regarding truth has a value means that either a person is truthful or untruthful. For absolute things, if you say that Vema are absolute, then there is truth and there is no truth. There is no midway between that. So it is absolute. Next, one of the most like well-known and also authority on values is Rockage. According to him, we are not taught that it is desirable to be little honest or little bit logical. We are not taught that it is all right to be sometime honest. Very, very important point he makes here. The crux of this thing is why values are absolute means we are taught like that. Our parents, our teachers, our society has taught us in that way. The desirable things like honesty, logic, all these things are taught as in absolute terms. These are taught as absolute terms, not as relative terms. Have you been taught in a relative term or an absolute term? Aren't we taught in an absolute term? Or are you taught like sometimes you can be honest, sometimes you can be dishonest? Have you been taught like that? So he makes a point that Rocketch makes a point that the values are absolute because we are taught in absolute terms. We are not taught in relative terms. We are not taught that in some cases truth is this. In some cases, not being truthful also is truth. No, we are taught in absolute terms. Like truth is truth always, whether it is for good reason or whether it is for bad reason. And also he says that values are enduring. Values are enduring because they are taught and learned in isolation. The enduring quality of values arises mainly from the fact that they are initially taught and learned in isolation from other values as absolute. Is this clear? We learn and we were taught values in isolation with other things as in absolute terms. This makes us values enduring, lasting for long time. Values are enduring. Since values are enduring, they have a thing of absoluteness in them. Is the point clear? Another important thing. Believing in or following values is a matter of conviction. Conviction means strong belief or opinion and not convenience. Do you agree? Following values is a matter of conviction, means it is like you believe something. Why you are behaving some in some way? Because you believe in some things. You may be wrong. All individuals in our society, they believe that they are good people. All feel and all say that I am good, I help more, but others won't help me that much. I helped him because that is their convention. According to them, they are good. According to them, they are honest. So here, if you say that we have to act according to our convenience, according to situation, it becomes relative. Then there won't be a thing known as value at all. They say. They take the example of Mahatma Gandhiji. Gandhiji practiced values in life such as non-violence, self-restraint, truthfulness, etc. with utmost conviction, belief. He practiced non-violence. He went on fast unto death. Nobody believed that non-violence can do these miracles. But he had a strong conviction, isn't it? We also do something because we have a conviction. We may be wrong, but we believe that that is correct. We have strong beliefs. What does that imply? We feel that that is absolute. That is the reason we behave like that. So, like it was difficult to maintain like non-violence, all these things. He practiced all these things with utmost conviction. He did not deviate from his values even in the most difficult circumstances. Thus, for him, values he believed were absolute, not relative. What is your opinion, my dear friends? What are the characters you want to see in your leader? What are the characters you want to see in a person whom you appreciate? It's a general agreed term that in our day to day, as a man of like ordinary people, as a common man, we use Vema in a relative term, relative sense. But if you are a leader, if you want to be known for your character, then you should have you should follow and you should be having the things in absolute sense. Isn't it, my dear friends? If Gandhiji said sometime non-violence, sometimes no, the other he changed the side. He was doing that with conviction, absolute terms. He felt that is the truth. Means here we are talking about deontology, deontological reasoning, where means are important. That is the thing. That is absolute. Means here, if the things, it is not depending on the outcomes, it is not depending on the results, it is not dependent on the consequences, circumstances. It is absolute. Very important point. Deontology is absolute terms. Consequentialism is relative. Means if something is producing good, something is good, then whatever means you take, it will be okay. Is this concept clear? Deontology absolute. Consequentialism relative. In absolute case, end don't justify means. Ends end cannot justify means because you kill someone, you help someone, but you say that this is for good sake. No, ends cannot justify the means. You may be a benevolent thief, but robbery, theft is a wrong thing. And they say that if they are unstable, that is, if the values are unstable, continuity of the human personality and society will be impossible, isn't it? Values are unstable. What is good? What is bad? What is just? What is unjust? If it becomes relative, how can you interact with one another? Won't you feel there will be? Won't you think that there will be stability in society? Say, for example, I am a person. You are interacting with me because you feel that I have some values which are absolute. Because according to me, some things are good. Based on that itself, you are interacting with me. If I change my posts often, sometimes I feel some things are good. Tomorrow, I feel that something the same thing is bad. What is truth for me today? For tomorrow, it is not truthful. Can the society perish? Can the society evolve? Then, my dear students, what is your opinion? Do you feel that values are absolute, or you feel that values are relative? This is a question which is asked by UPSC. I have given the complete thing, both sides of the argument. It is now you have to take the things. What where you want to stand? Do you say that values are absolute or values are relatives? Do you say that what Yudhishthira did is correct for the sake of the welfare of the humanity, for the like broader good? Can we have can we change the means? Yudhishthira told a half truth. He told Ashwatthama in a loud voice, and in a low voice he told, or something. He made the arrangement was such that Dronacharya heard that wrong. For the welfare of humanity, can we do wrong things? Do you accept a benevolent thief? For you, are the means important or are the ends important? For practical things, if you see for a common man, they are relative. But if you want to be known as a leader, a man of values, then you have to stand up for your values. Then you have to treat your values as absolute terms. Here, it depends how you justify the things. The examples you gave, the situations under which you are asked. But in all the things, you have to show that you have some qualities required for civil servant. When we read our chapter on foundational values of ethics, you'll come to know what a civil servant expects, how you have to mold yourself, where are you standing in absolute or relative terms. Please let me know, and you have to justify that. To end this, we can say that any conception of human values, if it is to be fruitful, must be able to account for lasting as well as varying characters of values. This you can take as a concluding thing after writing both the things. If you write all the things what I have given and end with this conclusion with suitable example like how Yudhishthira for the sake of the humanity for the sake of larger good, and also you can take the example of Gandhiji, and you can arrive at the concluding part. Is this clear for you all? Any confusion, any doubt you have in this regard? So by now our position is clear. If someone asks are Vema static or dynamic, invariably you have to answer that as relatively permanent, not static or dynamic. If they ask absolute or relative, you have to, like for me, I have given both the arguments, deontology and also consequentialism. As a civil servant, where your leadership, the quality of you being the master, like serving the people, where you have to abide by rules, laws, regulations. You have to, as a civil servant, you have to tilt towards absolute terms, not relative. Then if you start thinking everything relative term, then you may like go for corruption. You may like it's like a benevolent thief. You get yourself corrupted, you get money, you get the bribe, and you say that I am helping my family, my community, poor people. So this I think you will understand more when we go through the fundamental things with respect to the fundamental and the foundational laws of civil service. But the ball is in your court. You have to decide and you have to come up with proper justification. Both are there, both are equally right, but how you justify the things are there. So it is left to you. You have to decide. I have given both the arguments and I have given my opinions also. Okay. Any doubt, my dear friends? Okay. We'll take a short break and we'll reassemble. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our channel. Thank you. Happy learning with Unacademy. Don't go away.